and good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning, Lynette. Oh, Lynette, I hope everything goes well with that. We are live from Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. And the sun is just starting to rise over the resort. It's so beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here today. Good morning, Lady Kirk. Yes, great start to the week. Love this resort. It is a beautiful, beautiful resort. We're gonna go on a little stroll around here, take a look at Caribbean Beach, which is to my right. So gorgeous. We got some people running this morning. We have the boat dock here. We have the monorail, and of course, the lovely Riviera Resort over there in the distance. I'm super pumped to be here today. This is my first stream that we are actually monetized on. I'm so excited. I actually opened up some memberships, so if you are someone that was interested in supporting the channel, you can check out those levels. There's 4 different levels there. I do have Patreons, so the levels are very similar to my Patreon, but since YouTube takes a bigger cut, the amounts might be adjusted a little bit. So it's, your option to become a member here or on my Patreon if that's something you wish to do. Super chats are open. I'm so excited. This is like new territory for me. But I just want to thank you all for being here, for starting out your morning, starting out your week on a positive note. I have a brand new book that I'm going to talk about today. It's super powerful. I have lots of notes that I've taken on this book already, and I'm not even 30 pages in. It's crazy. So much to share with you guys. So I'm super pumped. Hello, Peter. Good morning. Stephen Noon is here. Thank you, Lady Kirk. I am thrilled as well. It's very exciting. New territory for me. Very, very excited. I feel like we have to walk in this direction because look at this beautiful sky. I always say that the Florida sky just changes so quickly, especially in the morning. So let's keep going in this direction. I'm gonna go this way. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. So happy to have you here. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Lauren. This is my channel, Learning with Law. I am a certified English and special education teacher, certified life coach. And I started this channel to share my knowledge with you all, right? I've done a lot of personal development over the last couple of years. I like to read books, listen to podcasts, go to different seminars, and I want to share all of my knowledge with you guys. And I always say that, oh, this is very sandy. I always say that I am not an expert in the information I'm giving to you, but I just want to share the things that I've learned with all of you to help you on your personal journey. All right, we got on the hammock, guys. Hey, Ghost Host, welcome. Pete Stummy's here. Good morning. Another Monday to kick off positivity. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Ghost Host will be in Disney in 2 weeks. That's so exciting. Where are you staying? This hammock is a little sandy, so I'm probably gonna hop off in just a second, but I thought it was a nice view here. Normally the hammocks are very wet in the morning, but this one is just sandy. I'll be at the fort for 10 days. Wow, that's fun. Excited for you. Super excited for you. All right, so we're gonna walk this way. Disney Daddy-O, good morning, Lauren. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Love this little area. It's a little hot during the day to hang out here and not have any water features. But at night, it's super cool because you can see the Epcot fireworks. You have the little fire pit here where they roast some marshmallows. So it's a cute little area. But during the day, it's a little hot. Let's walk this way so hopefully we get a better view of the sky. And if you are new to the channel too, please understand that this is a judgment-free zone. Everyone here is super friendly. And if you have any questions, comments, you can put them in the chat box. If you're watching on a replay, you can always leave a comment below. I love, answering your questions and seeing what information you guys took away from the stream. So, yes, please interact with me. We like that. I'm going to be talking about a book today called Inner Excellence. Super, super powerful book already right off the bat. So I'm excited to share that information with all of you. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. Consider subscribing, turning on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live. Apparently, and I don't know if this is a new thing, but I am, again, new to being monetized. So apparently there is you can set a goal for super chats. So I was like, oh, that'll be fun. So I put, if I receive 10 super chats during this stream, I will do a bonus stream later in the week. I'm like, that'll be a fun little thing, but no pressure whatsoever. I just thought it would be cool to try out all the things during my first monetized stream. So if that's something you're interested in, hey, thank you in advance. Let's see, I'm trying to get us closer to the horizon here so you can see the sun rising. But we're still taking in this beautiful, beautiful resort. I love all the trees and all the foliage and all the flowers. It's really a gorgeous, gorgeous resort. I actually put out a short not too long ago, just like a little nature walk that I did with Peter, I want to say a couple months ago. And you can see all the different flowers and little critters around both Caribbean Beach and the Riviera. So if you want to check that out after, it's a little short, you could check that out. I don't know, honestly, there's a lot of trees here. We're now in the parking lot. I just really wanted to get a good shot of the sky. But let's go back on the path. This isn't that pretty over here, unfortunately. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Starting out a new week. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate. It's a chance to start completely fresh. So regardless of how your week went last week, you have a new opportunity for something different, right? It's okay to reflect, but we're not going to regret anything. Everything that we've done has brought us to this point. So that's it. We're starting clean, starting fresh, starting on a positive note. Good morning, Rose. Thank you. Hello, Christina G. Stayed at this resort in February 2024. It's so gorgeous here. Hey, Isabella, thank you so much. My first ever super chat. That's so sweet. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. That's so exciting. Yay. You're the best. Thank you so much. Over here, we do have a quiet pool. Ooh. So you can kind of see in there. This pool opens at 7 a.m., looks like. 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. No frills, just a pool, but it's heated, so that's nice. But look at this. We found our way to this gorgeous, gorgeous scenery here. We'll spend some time. Thank you, Lady Kirk. Second super chat. You are amazing. Christina G, I stayed in Martinique. Okay, nice. So sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna hang out over here because are you kidding me with this sky right now? Absolutely gorgeous. And we got the water feature as well. So like I said, I'm reading a book called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. And so far it is completely knocking my socks off. It's from the very first page, you're hitting the ground running. And I just took a bunch of notes because I wanted to share some things with you guys. It has slowed me down from reading because I'm like, ooh, I gotta write this down. I gotta tell my channel all of this information because it's really, really amazing. Some of the stuff is, of course, a little review, right? But I really am excited to dive deeper into this book and share some more insights with you. So if you've read it before, hey, let me know. I know that Pete is reading it on audio. I don't know if he finished it, but it's pretty good so far. Thank you, Captain Kirk. So let's hit the ground running with this book. So Jim Murphy talks about the fact that the quality of your life is based on 3 different elements, okay? So your inner world, which encompasses your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your desires, your mindset from which you see the world, and your relationships. And that pretty much makes sense, right? So those 3 things really determine the quality of your life. And I've talked about on other streams how we need to really come to terms with the fact that our thoughts are not who we are, okay? You can have I forget what the number is of how many thoughts you have in a day, but not all of your thoughts are fact. So I am constantly reminding myself of that because if a thought enters your brain, it doesn't mean A, that it's valid, and B, it doesn't define like who you are as a person, right? And we need to be able to filter through those thoughts in order to figure out and determine our mindset, right? Because if you have constant negative thoughts, that's what's going to kind of like dictate your day, right? If we listen to those negative thoughts. But if we are pushing those out of our head, right, regardless of the number of them we have, then we're able to move forward with a more positive day. So just being mindful of that. Murphy also talks about the quality of your performance is based on 3 elements. So saying the quality of your life is based on 3 and the quality of your performance is based on 3 elements. And he says, number 1, your belief about who you are and what's possible for you. Number 2, your ability to focus and be fully engaged in the moment, in your heart, your mind, and your body. And number 3, your freedom to play like a kid, having that curiosity, exploration, and just being excited for challenges. So those 3 elements will determine like your performance, right? And how you go about your day-to-day. Thought that was definitely something that's exciting and eye-opening, right? My whole thing is the more that you are aware, or, you know, if you have awareness about certain things in your life, the more you're going to grow. Ooh, oh my goodness. The squirrel was just staring at me, just like peeping. Okay. What are you doing over there? I literally turn around and he's staring at me and then he looks away as if he's like caught doing something. Okay, buddy. You're fine. Yeah. Who, me? Who, me? Oh my God, that's so funny, actually. If you're new to the channel, you will see that I constantly have animals and birds just following me around. So you'll see there's lots of little critters we're gonna find on the stream. I know that there's tons of little bunny rabbits around here too, so probably gonna spot those. But just the sky, we're taking in the sky right now. And Jim Murphy also talks about you will basically achieve your best possible life when you have love, joy, and peace. And I love that because, hey, my word of the year is peace. So I was like, ooh, that's something I'm working towards. So it's nice to see that kind of brought into the book. And I've seen that throughout the year too, like whether it be like in a quote or something that I'm reading. The word peace has come up many, many times, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm like hyper focused on it because it's my word of the year, or if it's just because I'm heading in the right direction. Just validation that I am, or confirmation that I'm doing the right things, right? So again, this is like very early in the beginning of this book. So I was taking lots of notes. But as we continue with the stream over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get deeper into these topics. So I'm super, super excited to share more about this with you. But he says it takes clear intention and devotion and the willingness to be vulnerable in order to develop your inner world, okay? And the whole premise of the book really talks about how like your inner world basically dictates your outer world, right? If you're working on what's going on inside of you, in your mindset, your way of thinking, it's really going to shape your outer world. That makes sense. We've talked about this before. Okay, and then that word intention that I love as well. We've talked about that many times. If you're intentional about your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors, your habits, right? That's going to show, or that's going to help you create the life that you want to live, right? Having that intention. So I want to take a little poll. So if you could, in the chat, give me a number on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, of how you felt waking up this morning. So overall, mind, body, and spirit, what level are you on? I just want to take a little quick poll. How are we feeling this Monday morning? Again, 10 being the highest, you felt super amazing, your body feels good, your mind feels good, you're ready to tackle the day. And 1 being, ooh, you're really not feeling yourself today. Maybe you're a little under the weather. Maybe you just had a rough weekend and you're just trying to recuperate from that. Just want to see where we are at in the chat. Hey, Eric, good morning. Lady Kirk is at an 8. I love that. Beautiful. 8, and we are in the month, the 8th month. And that, if you're into astrology and all the things, 8 being a number of abundance. So I love that Lady Kirk is an 8 today. Isabella is a 7.5, still really good. Peter, all right, straddling the middle line there with the 5. So what I'm hoping is by the end of the stream, we're able to raise those numbers, or at the very least maintain those numbers, right? It's good to kind of check in with yourself throughout your day. And we're constantly, as human beings, like labeling and judging things. That's just what we do. That's how our brain is hardwired. So if you're having a moment of struggle, or you just like a moment of reflection throughout your day, kind of take an inventory. Where are you at? And then think to yourself, how can I raise that number? Because you have control over that, right? It's all about being aware. Bill's at a 3. I'm so sorry, Bill. Bill, we're gonna try and raise that number. Topher Sis is at a 5. Disney Daddy-O, 4. The guy I was talking to says he is suffering from writer's block. What is that? Well, maybe that's communication block. I don't know. I'd have to know more information about that. Too early, Bill, too early. I gotcha. But we got to shift that mindset. This is beautiful, isn't it? I just can't walk away from this gorgeous sky right now. So my people that are 5 or below at this point, I want you to do something that's going to help you raise that number, or think about something that you'd like to do today for yourself that's going to help raise that number. All right? Even the smallest thing. Maybe you want to brew yourself a cup of coffee, have a little exciting breakfast food. Maybe you just need to get out and go for a walk, right? That'll raise your energy a little bit. So think about what you can do for yourself today to help raise that number. All right? Because again, to live your best possible life, you need a life of love, joy, and peace. So let's see how we can raise that kind of like vibration level for the day. Jim Murphy also talks about 3 key elements of extraordinary performance. So that could be like job performance. It could be if you're an athlete, any type of specific thing that you're physically doing. So you need to have belief, focus, and freedom. And again, he's going to talk more about this as we continue each week, as we dive deeper into the book. And then again, just to reiterate, he does say like your inner world needs to be worked on first before the outer world. So inner world first, outer world will follow. It makes sense, right? What we're doing in our minds is going to be projected outwards. We've talked about on previous streams how our past experiences, our culture, how we were raised, that all creates the lens in which we see the world, right? So just being aware of that and knowing that your lens is going to be looking different than the person next to you just gives you that awareness, and you're able to communicate with people differently. Just having that understanding that not everybody is going to see the world through your eyes is super empowering. And also recognizing, right, that lens is your inner world. And it will be projected out to the people around you, right? I loved this. He said the journey of inner excellence, in order to go on that journey, we must let go of the assumptions, or he calls them presuppositions, that we may have that limit our lives. We're going to talk more about that. I know I said that this is a Caribbean beach stream, but I always feel like I go and I just head towards the Riviera. But it's because that gorgeous sunrise is over here, and I want to make sure that we are getting it before we go further into the stream. But we are going to head back to Caribbean Beach. I just figure it'll be nice to go on this little walk, this little loop here. And I want to see some animals, and I know we always spot them in this area. But I appreciate all of you for being here. Again, I hope that we're starting out on a positive note this morning. And if you haven't already hit that like button, please do. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, helps to push the stream out to more and more people. And the biggest compliment would be a little share. Share the stream with someone that you think would benefit from it. And if you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. I'd love to have some new peeps join me on my streams. And if you're someone that's interested in giving a little extra love to the channel, I do have a Patreon. I do have memberships open as well through YouTube, but you can go to patreon.com/learningwithlaw or learningwithlaw.com to see which level is right for you. My top 2 levels actually receive a free 30-minute group coaching call, and we are going to have one this month. I'm not sure of the date yet, but it is going to be on a Monday in the evening. I like to kind of bookend my Mondays so that we're really super focused, ready to tackle the rest of the week. So I haven't figured out which day yet, but I will post it on my Patreon page, so you guys will be notified about that. Hello, we have Adventures by Carney in the chat. Hello, Peter, welcome. See, I knew we'd see an animal. There's a little bunny right there, kind of blending in right there. There he is. Happy Monday. There's always a ton of little bunny rabbits around here, but I'm only seeing one at the moment. Bill, I hope it went well. Hope I was a good distraction. Got a little rabbit. Thanks so much, Peter. Have a great day at work. This rabbit is very much camouflaged. Wow. All right, let's keep moving. And if you were here on one of my streams a little while ago, this area was where the bird almost attacked me. It's fine. Oh, we have another rabbit. This one you could see a little bit better. Just hanging out in the grass. So Jim Murphy also talks about the assumptions or the presuppositions that we need to drop or eliminate. So he says, I am my thoughts. So like these thoughts that come into our minds, we need to drop them. We need to get rid of them. The fact that you think, I am my thoughts. My value is based on results. Best performers are born that way. Those are the things we need to drop and eliminate from our lines of thinking because they are all not true. And guess what? As humans, we have these thoughts from time to time. For some of us, it might happen multiple times a day, multiple times a week. But he's saying we need to drop those in order to really have that inner excellence. I don't know about you, but I've thought a couple of these throughout my last month. So it's just, I can relate, and I'm sure some of you can as well, right? Especially the one where it says my value is based on results. I didn't think those exact words, but I'm really driven on like goals and achievements. And for me, that makes me feel good. But I guess like coming to the root of that is thinking that my value is based on results, which it is not. But you know, we all need that reminder every now and then. And what is pretty cool is Jim Murphy is saying, okay, we're going to get rid of those 3, but there's 10 that he's like, yes, we need to dive in and adopt these 10 presuppositions or assumptions, right? So I'm going to list them off to you. And I know it's like 10 and it's hard. You're not like reading it off the screen, you're listening to me, but if there's one that resonates with you, you know, put it in the comments, put it in the chat. Let me know which one really stood out to you. Okay, so again, 10 presuppositions or assumptions that we need to adopt. So number 1 is every circumstance and every person is here to teach and help you. I love that. I love that one. Number 2, your life is a reflection of your beliefs. Number 3, self-centeredness is the root cause of fear. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that in a few minutes. Number 4, we all have the same needs and deep desires. We all want love and acceptance. Number 5, everyone does the best they can with what they have, and that means like in their hearts. We're doing the best we can with what we have. Number 6, the map is not the territory, meaning the world you see and interact with isn't reality. It's the one your mind created. Love that. Number 7, you are not your mind, right? Just the same idea as you are not your thoughts. Number 8, the problem is not the problem. The problem is the way you're thinking about it. Number 9, there's no failure, only feedback. And number 10, the person with the most control of their inner world has the most power. Love that. Your mind sets the tone for everything you do. Beautiful. Love those so much. And again, like I've said on other streams too, I read a lot of these like self-help, self-improvement, personal development books, and some of it might be a little repetitive, right? We're going to hear the same types of things. But number one, I always tell this to my students, good readers read and we reread, right? Sometimes we need a reminder of these things. And also, sometimes authors say things in different ways and it might resonate differently with us. So maybe you just needed to hear something in a different way. I like that. We just need a little reminder. Let's see if there's any fish or turtles in the area. Because we're right by the water, the little lake here, pond, lake, whatever you call it. Let's go see. We got our cast members hard at work. It wouldn't be a morning stream without a little power washing or a little grooming of the, what do you call it, of the bushes, right? I'm not seeing any turtles. But it is still beautiful. We got the Skyliner up and running, but it just stopped. I don't know. Maybe they're cleaning it. Glenn Ritchie, bird lady on the hunt. Yeah, this is where I was. Got a bird swoop down. Oh, look how nice. A lot happening here. I love these tables right here by the water because you can grab a nice little quick service meal from Primo Piatto and then or Bar Riva and bring it out here and have a nice little seat or grab some gelato when it's open and look out on the water. Oh, it's a beautiful spot. This pool over here though, this quiet pool is one of my favorites on property, I have to say, because it's generally very quiet and peaceful. But it's like almost like a little infinity pool. If there weren't these bushes right here, it would look like you're going right into this lake here. But it's so nice. Like when you're in the pool, it's hard to really see because the bushes are there, but this is such a nice, relaxing experience, I have to say. Peter and I came here for my birthday and it was just so wonderful. I loved it so much. But I mean, come on. Look at this screenshot that you could be taking right now. It's gorgeous. She's a beaut. She is a beaut. Pete Stummy says, that's true. Just because you read something once doesn't mean you shouldn't read it again. Like watching a movie or listening to a song, 100%. And I was thinking about this the other day. When it comes to reading things, right? You could be, at different stages of your life and you might start reading something and it might not mean anything to you in that moment, but years down the road, you pick up the same thing and read it again and it might mean something completely different. Or you might think about it in a different way. So the information hasn't changed, but you have. And I love that, and it's so powerful. And just like, I know I've talked about this book before, but it's my favorite book of all time, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Oh my goodness, every time I read that book, I go on a different journey. And I loved it when I read it in high school, and I love it when I teach it as an adult. But every time I read it, I get something completely different out of it. And it's the same book. It hasn't changed, right? But I've changed. And I look at things in different ways. So I think that's a really fun thing to do. So if you're a reader, it doesn't hurt to read the same thing again. You might get something totally different out of it. And that's a fiction book, right? I'm talking about nonfiction, which you might get something different out of it. And nonfiction, I feel like, hits you differently, obviously, than a fictional book. But anywho, I digress. All right. And we are going to talk about the fact that fear becomes a major player in our lives as like holding us back and fear is the opposite of love. And we're going to talk about that because I thought that was super interesting. I don't know what's going on with these plants here. Maybe the heat took them out, but these are normally thriving. I don't know what happened. It still looks pretty. Lynette says, was just thinking about taking it off my shelf and reading it again. If you're talking about To Kill a Mockingbird, absolutely. Yes. Best book ever. All right. Jim Murphy says, again, if we want to truly live, we need to embrace our fears and find the courage to be our true selves. And the solution for that is love, wisdom, and courage. To love is to lead with your heart, and wisdom is to expand your mind, right? And expand the way that you're looking at the world. I love this. And sometimes we need to just take a moment to pause and reflect, to take in the beauty of these gorgeous resorts, right? And if you need help, you need some prompts to help you pause and reflect, whether it be reflecting on your day or your week or even your month, right? I have a really, really great PDF that I can share with you. So if you're someone that just wants a little freebie for being here, for hanging out with me on the channel, send me an email. My email is in the description below, LaurenMcTurk@gmail.com. Send me an email. You could just put the word pause in there. You don't even have to write me a formal email, and I will send over that free PDF for you. So if that's something you're interested in, send it over. I would love to share that with you. One last look over here before we start walking back towards Caribbean Beach. She's a beaut. Let's go this way. Yeah, something's happening with the Skyliner. It was moving before and now it's not, and they have this fenced off. Nemo with glasses, good morning. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. And if you're new, please consider subscribing, turning on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live. Sometimes I do a little spontaneous live during the week. And like I said, if I get those 10 super chats on this stream, I'm going to give you a bonus stream during the week. We have 2 down, 8 to go. I'm so pumped. I'm so grateful for those that have already supported in my new monetization. It's so exciting. Thank you guys. Captain Kirk, reading diverse books, learning new skills, changing my perspectives, and actively seeking out new experiences and knowledge has always helped me grow. 100%, Captain Kirk, 100%. I love that you said diverse books, right? Because sometimes we just stick to the things that we feel comfortable with. And that's just like what we do, right? In life, you want to do things that you feel good about, but getting that diversity really helps us to expand our minds. And in the book, Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy, he also talks about your attachment to something that you're not in complete control of makes you needy and brings with it the fear of not getting what you want, okay? So this is, he's talking about your attachment, right, to different things. And that could be, just like we talked about earlier, those presuppositions or assumptions that we have about wanting to be attached to the results, right? He's saying if you attach yourself to something that you're not in control of, it makes you a little bit needy. And then you have that fear of not getting what you want. And he says possessions and achievements, looks, money, and status are all fleeting, right? They're not permanent. And a heart built on temporary things will have insecurity as a constant companion. So if you're attaching yourself to those fleeting things, right, you're going to be constantly insecure and seeking that external validation. And guess what? We all do this at some point or another because we're human. Let's go, because I just saw this bird and I want to follow it. Glenn knows I love my birds. Bill, would a Venmo count? Absolutely, Bill. Absolutely. Thank you. Ooh, we got this bird here. Got a blue heron walking on the shoreline. Walking on the shoreline. Ooh, he got something to eat. It looks like a little... Ooh, what is that? Is that a fish? It looks tremendous. No, I think it's a bug. Ooh, wait a minute. What is that? I don't know what that is. Ew. Nature, guys, nature. What is that? Oh, it looks like a cricket or like a... Ew, it's hard. Oh my God, I can't. He's trying to chomp down on it. Christina G, we're doing great. Yeah, I surpassed 3,000, right? So that's the first level for my monetization. Trying to get to 4. Oh no, maybe it's a fish, but it looks dead. I don't know. Wow. Doing great. Trying to get those watch hours up. And here, we just have some National Geographic brought to you by Learning with Law this morning. Shannon's eating breakfast. Sorry. Looks like a crayfish. I know, but would there be one? Ooh, he just ate it. Would there be crayfish in this pond, you think? Wow. Thank you, Bill. Just got your Venmo. 7 more to go. No worries, Shannon. Wow. That was something. That was something. Gotta love it. Nature. And here's a good screenshot for you guys. Come on now. Absolutely gorgeous. This I thought was super important too. So our loves govern our actions, meaning the things that we love, meaning the things that we like spend our time doing, right? That's showing our passions, our love. It governs our actions. So if we really love, I don't know, if we really love going for walks, right? You love that fitness aspect. That's going to dictate our other actions, right? Because you could see where your heart is at and the direction of our lives, right? It makes sense. So how do you know what you love most? You're going to ask yourself 3 questions, but I also just wanted to... I get easily distracted. It looks like somebody's fishing lure is on this rock here. Glenn Rishi. Hashtag Italy booth. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how do you know what you love most? Here we go. Ask yourself, number one, what do I dream about? Number two, what do I worry about? And number three, what do I get upset about, or what has made me the angriest? That's so interesting, because when I read this, was like, oh, he's gonna ask things like having to do with things that we really like, where we spend our time. But it's interesting that the questions that you're asking have to do with worry, have to do with anger, have to do with being upset, right? Because that kind of shows, okay, what do we love? What do we value most? So I thought that was interesting, because we get more passionate sometimes, it seems like, when we're angry or upset about something. And then you can really see, okay, where do my values lie in that moment? Right? Because something that someone else might get really, really upset about or angry about might not affect you, right? Because we all are looking through life with a different lens. And he says the answer to these questions reveals what in the deepest place of your heart is most important to you. So interesting. So interesting. Oh, we got the monorail back, not monorail, Skyliner's working. We're moving. It is getting hot, everyone. The sun is up, and I just instantly feel like there's a heater on me. It is a hot one. Let's try and get this bird with the sun. Oh my God, look at this photo. Good morning, Sue Ann Cook. Good morning from sunny Long Island. I heard it is very, very warm up there, or it has been over the past week. So I hope you're staying cool, staying hydrated. We expect that temperature here in Florida, but Long Island, I heard, it's been a hot one. My parents live up there. So again, going back to those questions, do they have a connection to possessions, achievements, looks, money, or status? Right? Just pondering that. Looking inward, being introspective about those things. And those things that society says are great are fleeting. They don't last forever. And they have entered your identity, right? So again, those things are possessions, achievements, looks, money, or status. Things that don't last forever. Yeah, we have a lot of formerly New Yorkers or people from the Northeast. We love that. So Murphy says, defining your success based on factors out of your control undermines the process that got you there. If you're putting your worth basically in these things that don't last forever, right? You're attaching it to your identity. You're never going to be fulfilled. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to have joy or peace or love if you're attaching yourself to those things that society says, oh, if you have this, you are successful. So I'm assuming this book is going to help us break down those walls. Sorry, there's a bug crawling on me. Break down those walls and that way of thinking, right? Because we have to master our minds. Gorgeous. I am sweating. Okay, let's start walking this way because I do want to show you more of Caribbean Beach. And the sun is up. We're feeling good. All right. We got some beautiful flowers over here. Oh, and we have another pool. So another quiet pool. These open a lot earlier than the main pool, which I like because you can have a nice morning swim by yourself. This is a nice big pool. Sorry, guy, I'm like disturbing your peace here. Okay. And look at this view. Come on now with at the views. The guy was like, please get out of here. All right, let's keep moving. Keep it moving. Sue Ann Cook, I'll be in Disney in 53 days. That's so exciting. Where are you staying? Are you staying on property or off property? Captain Kirk says, great Caribbean cuisine at this resort. I would hope so. That's awesome. I don't know, have I eaten here really? Just like quick service stuff. I don't know if I really like sat down at the restaurant to have anything. Pop Century is your favorite. That's a good one. Sebastian's Bistro. Yeah, I don't think I've actually eaten there. Fish tacos are delicious here. Ooh, I am going to have to get some then. I love me a fish taco. Love that. All right. Jim Murphy says failure is painful, but the learning and experience of failing is also so valuable. We simply cannot grow into our true selves without it. It makes sense. We've talked about this with the David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me, right? Failure is inevitable. It's going to happen. And really just how we are looking at that failure is going to determine like how we live our lives, our mindset. Let's walk through here. Lynette says, I've tried to never attach myself to things. Family and friends come first. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he also says the biggest victory that you can have is winning the battle within yourself. Another thing that I feel like David Goggins talks about a lot as well, right? Out of the sun. It's a little bit cooler in here. It was getting very hot by that shoreline. It's gonna be a hot day today, right? It's not even that early. I mean, it's not even that late. It's 7:27. My gosh. It's a hot one. Ooh, I like this purple flowers on this tree here. Let's go this way. I don't want to go into the parking lot again, but I also don't want to show you like buildings. Let's just see. I appreciate those who have super chatted and Venmo'd. We're doing amazing. 3 out of the 7 for my goal, so I appreciate you so much. Yeah, Christina, even using the pool sounds good, but don't like swimming in bath water. Yeah, the pools here are heated, so it's not a big relief from the heat. Lynette says 63 in Pennsylvania. Wow, okay. That's good. That's a nice cool morning, I would say. Trying to get out of these buildings so I can show you the beautiful landscaping. Let's go this way. Skyliner's moving. The sky just looks so gorgeous with the clouds like streaked across the sky. Absolutely stunning. Captain Kirk, west coast of Florida, the Gulf is 90 degrees. Oh my gosh, on the coast? That's wild. Wild. Stay hydrated, folks. It's been a hot summer so far in Florida. Truly, just ridiculously warm, and the humidity does not help. Yeah, this is the part where I don't like on the Skyliner. That part is, ooh, I'm also afraid of heights, so no beach days for me. Yeah, but you know what? I do like being like in the ocean. So I like the warm ocean water. in the summer. That's always nice. All right, I like to go over a bridge, as most of you already know. If you've tuned into a live, you know, if there's a bridge, I'm going over it. It's just how I operate. Love, love, love a bridge. And again, with this book, it's called Inner Excellence. The full title is in the description because it is a little bit long. Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. And again, this is the intro to the book. So a lot of these things you're like, okay, that sounds great, but give me more. I haven't really gotten there yet. So just stick with me. Join the live stream next Monday because we're going to talk more about it. Because this is kind of like the Cliff Notes version of the intro of the book. So it might seem like there's not a lot happening, or there's like powerful things, but we like want more. You're like, okay, yes, and I don't have all the answers yet. But he says the price of fullness of life is costly. It means doing the hard work and facing the truth about your inner life and relationships, and adjusting the lens through which you've been viewing and judging the world, because we all judge. It's literally wired into our brains. Can't do anything about it. We're all meaning-making machines, right? We want to make meaning of things. We want to label things. We want to judge things. It's just how our brains are wired. But again, it's being aware of this that's going to help in making changes. Peaches, good morning. Lynette, I like the beach in the fall and winter. Same. I like that too. I like the beach any time of year, any time of day. Peaches says, just got back from a week at the beach. Oh, lovely. We had beautiful weather. I am jealous. I need to, honestly, I haven't been to the beach that much this summer at all. Honestly, I think you guys have been with me the times that I went to the beach. I went to Cocoa Beach, I went to St. Pete, and I did live streams. So you guys were there for my beach experience this summer. Love this because you could see the fireworks at Epcot at night. So you can sit here, kick back, and watch the fireworks. Oh, yep, just sat in wetness. Completely drenched now. Oh my God. Was not expecting that. The hammock was dry. Here we go with Caribbean Beach resort activities. Wake up and shake up party. That's fun. 9 a.m. We have a pajama party. We have movies under the stars, poolside activities. We don't have any yoga, which I always appreciate a little yoga, but it's okay. Yeah, Captain Kirk, the Gulf is always warmer. Christina G, I prefer the pool. I love the beach. I can spend hours in the water. Same. Captain Kirk, we usually swim in the springs in this cool off. Yes. I've been one time over the 6 years that I've been living here. I need to go again because I loved it. Definitely want to hit up the springs. This area here, I took a lot of video when I was making my short, when I did that little nature walk with Peter. So if you want to check that out after the stream, you can see all the different flowers and foliage in this area. But it's a nice little walk. And during the day, over here, there's a lot of butterflies that swarm around too. It's super cute. But this area, I feel like not many people know about. And you can like sit and have a moment, a nice little moment to yourself, because as I'm destroying this woman's piece, you can sit in these little chairs, enjoy the flowers. Just a lovely little hangout. See, you got some chairs here. You can just have a moment to yourself. Sit in this gazebo. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. Oh, okay. Let me sit down because I just got all wet from the other chair. Nemo says we're heading to Disneyland for the very first time at the end of August. Very excited. Oh my goodness. Enjoy it. You're going to have a fantastic time. Christina G went to the freshwater pools in Portugal. Nice. The water was cold, but it felt like I was swimming in a bathtub filled with ice cubes. Ooh, that's fun. It's a good little cold plunge. Absolutely gorgeous, this resort. Honestly, people don't take time to notice all the small details. All the landscaping that they do here is so beautiful. I feel like everybody just heads to the pool or is running between like park days. But if you really sit and like go for a walk around here, you'll see that there's so much beauty to this resort. Captain Kirk, it's on your bucket list. Absolutely. Peaches, Portugal is a hotspot, hearing a lot of good things. Yes, yes, yes. What I like about this book so far, too, it seems like kind of following suit with how David Goggins had his last book of Can't Hurt Me, because he had some questions at the end or a challenge at the end of his chapters. But we have some questions and actionable steps at the end of, I would assume, each chapter in Jim Murphy's book, Inner Excellence. So he says, examine your life. What path are you on? If you find your identity through what you do or what you have, does that give you real peace and fulfillment? If those things and actions were taken from you, who would you be? I love that so much. So much. He says, fear stifles our freedom and hurts performance more than anything else, right? Because if we're afraid of something, we're not going to do it, right? Our fear holds us back. And he says the root cause of fear is self-centeredness. Now, I like that he made a distinction between that and selfishness, because there is a big difference, okay? He says too high a view or too low a view of yourself both originate from self-centeredness, which creates self-consciousness, isolation, and lack of vision. He says it's not about selfishness. It's not a moral issue. It's a preoccupation with ourselves that limits our opinions and stunts our growth, okay? So just constantly thinking about how do things relate to me, not in a selfish way, but everything we do, our actions, our thoughts, our behaviors, our interactions with others, is around ourselves, right? Our goals, focusing on ourselves. And I'm assuming he's going to dive deeper as we continue to read. But that's just something to think about. And he also says love connects and fear separates. Ego is the greatest opponent. It limits you to your own five senses and knowledge derived from your personal experiences. And Kelsey is here. Good morning, Kelsey. Christina G says, I used to go with my parents to Portugal every year for 6 weeks. Wow, that's nice. Sounds like a great trip. So just some things to ponder. Again, this is all coming from the book Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. Absolutely loving this book so far. And again, I'm going to bring more of this information to you as we continue each week on the stream. So make sure you're subscribed. We do go live every Monday at 6:35 in the morning. Gives me just enough time to leave my gym, get a double espresso, and head on over to a Disney resort. Sometimes we go live from different areas. Just like I said earlier, I was live watching the sunrise at Cocoa Beach, St. Pete Beach, but always looking for new places to stream. So if you guys have any ideas or places that you'd like to see me stream from, definitely after the stream, drop them in the comments just so they're there. If you put it on the stream, I might forget, but if it's in the comments, it's there forever. So just be sure to give me some suggestions there. Appreciate you. This is a gorgeous morning, I have to say. I'm very, very lucky to be here with all of you this morning. So thank you so much for joining. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're starting out your Monday morning, you're starting out your week on a positive note. We're learning new information, we're growing, we're connecting with each other through the chat. So I'd say that's pretty successful. Peaches says, well, I am at work wishing everyone a peaceful day and week ahead. Thank you for your Monday motivation, Lauren. You are so welcome. Enjoy your week. Thanks for hanging with us. So a lot of people running this morning, and it's definitely a better idea to get that run in before the sun rises. I know this woman is just plugging along. She's doing great. Just gets very hot once the sun rises, but still getting that workout in before the park. Well, hello. Oh. The little friend here, hanging out. What are you doing? Just bopping up and down? There he goes. Okay, keeping it moving. I just didn't want to step on him. I really don't know where I'm heading because I do have to go back that way, but we're just going on a little stroll, guys. We're here. We're here and we're doing it. Lady Kirk, thank you for a positive Monday morning. Start to the week. Gotta go start work. Wishing you a wonderful week. Enjoy your week, Lady Kirk. Thanks for being here. Captain Kirk, I have to jump off. Thank you, Lauren, and everyone for an amazing way to start the day and week. Have an awesome week, everyone. You too. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Always. Appreciate you. I do love the yellow paint on the building. It looks really nice with the sun. In contrast with the sky. It's so gorgeous. It's gorgeous. We're gonna go under this bridge here, I think. Normally I'm walking on that side, so not really sure if I'm gonna hit a dead end or not, but we're just walking. We're here for the journey, right? It's about the journey, not the destination. Oh, I see where we are now. Yes, got it. We're gonna go over the bridge. I want to thank everyone for the super chats and the Venmos. My first 2 super chats. I'm so excited. That's so awesome. And thank you, Bill, for the Venmo. I mean, just so many screenshots here. Just the colors are so rich. I want to do a little check-in. I know some people had to go to work, but checking in with you from the beginning of the stream, has your number elevated, right? We did a little poll in the beginning of the stream. How did you feel waking up this morning? 10 being the highest, at the top of your game, mind, body, and soul. 1 being the lowest, not feeling so hot, had a rough weekend maybe, rough week. Last week, but I want to check in with you again. Has your number changed? Has it gone up? Has it stayed the same? Hopefully it hasn't gone down. Just a little check-in. Where are you now? And if you weren't here for the original poll in the beginning, that's okay. Let me know. How are you feeling? Whoa, Isabella 9.2 and climbing. Love it. Nemo about a 7. Love that. Lucky number 7. Isabella's gonna have a great day today. I know you all are, but she is on fire. Love it. Love it, love it. Ooh, Lynette started at a 5 and now she's at an 8. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And this is a check-in you could do with yourself, right? You can do it at the end of the day too. See where you end at. You want to make sure you're moving that number, move the needle over, right? And there's little things you can do throughout your day. Think about, and if I were you, I'd journal this, make a list of ways or little things that you can do throughout your day that are going to raise your vibration, raise your number, right? And then when you're having that bad day, you can look at the list and say, okay, what's one thing I can do today to maybe move that number up a little bit? Rose started at a 6, now at an 8. Yes. Hello, Leonardo. I hope I'm saying that right. Sue Ann, I'm at a 7 right now as I deal with a daily fight with Parkinson's. Keep positive all day. Sending all the positive vibes to you, Sue Ann. All the positive vibes. You got this. Makes me very happy to know that our numbers are climbing. Beautiful. Gorgeous. We are heading back here, I think, or maybe it was back there. There was a quiet pool that I just like breezed past. Sorry, I was like really moving my feet. But yeah, sun is rising. It is getting hotter. Your numbers are rising. The temperature is rising. Look at this. Having a good morning. And yes, it is normal once you go through your day, whether you're going to work, and you're just around more people, right? Your number can fluctuate throughout the day. But again, keeping in mind, what are those little things you can do for yourself? What are things you have control over that can help raise your vibration? I'm going to make a list and I'm going to bring it next time on the stream. So I'm going to share mine with you. Maybe give you some ideas. But again, we can only control the things that we can control, right? We cannot control anyone else's perception of you. We cannot control what other people are doing, thinking, saying, right? No matter if they're our kid, our spouse, our parents, our cousin, our friends, whatever the case may be, we cannot control other people. We can only control ourselves. But that's still pretty powerful, right? We can help to influence others, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to, doesn't mean that they're going to do exactly what we expect them to do or want them to do. And that is okay, because they are on their own journey, just as you are. Let's just take a look at a map, because I haven't done that on the stream. Just want to show you kind of where we are. Does it say where we are? Yes. You are here. We did quite the tour. We went around, I think most of it, we took this bridge here. We did not go into like Trinidad or the Skyliner, but we did make our way around. We headed over to Riviera, touched on the Skyliner, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you. Barbados, we're gonna end right at Old Port Royal. We also have Martinique over there as well. So, just to give you a little tour and just show you kind of where we went on the stream. And again, we talked about an amazing book. I'm just in the beginning stages of Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. So if that's something that you're interested in reading along with me, you can get that on Amazon or any of your local bookstores. And I just saw a bird, so I figured we'd come over here, see the bird. This is a tricolored heron. Hello. How you doing? For those that are new to the channel, I have a love-hate relationship with my birds, but I'm trying to really get more acquainted with them, learn more about the birds. As I've been attacked by 2 birds in the past, and I also had a bird fly into my car once. So something about the birds, I just feel a connection. But if you're new, definitely subscribe. You never know what kind of creatures are gonna pop up on my streams. You just never know. A little surprise every time. But I want to appreciate all of you and acknowledge you for being here today with me. You guys are the best. My first monetized stream, it went beautifully. I'm so excited, so happy. Let's get the bird in the shot too. Oh my goodness gracious. But I'm Lauren. I want to thank you for being here. And you're right where you need to be, right? If you weren't, then you weren't meant to be there. Every decision, every thought, every action brought you to this moment, and you were exactly where you need to be. So think about that today. There are no regrets. There are only lessons learned. So just think about that, and think about ways that you can raise that level of vibration as you go throughout the day. All right, whether you're at a 3 or a 10, you can still raise that level. Have a good day, Christina G. But thank you all so much for being here. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, definitely want to do that. I'm going to go live on Monday. I might do on Sunday. Nope, I won't be there. Monday, I'm actually going to be in New York, so we'll see where I'm going to go live from. That'll be exciting. But yes, stay tuned for that. Lynette, thank you so much. Have a great day. Nemo with the glasses, thank you, thank you. Disney Daddy-O, congratulations, Lauren. Thank you so much. But yes, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic week and enjoy. And I'll see you next time. If you want to subscribe, do that. Hit the bell. Patreons, patreon.com/learningwithlaw, learningwithlaw.com. I also have memberships open. Check out all the things. Check out all the things. If you have questions, comment down below. Yeah, Christina G. I'm originally from New York too. But anywho, let's turn this back around. We don't need my face on here. Thank you, Lynette. And we have a little boat coming through. Oh my goodness gracious. We're gonna end on my little friend here with the waves. Woo. Have a fantastic week. I will see you all next Monday. Woo, big stretch. Big stretch. Bye, guys. Thank you, Sue Ann. Bye, Pete.